going on? So this is my second vlog. Hopefully the quality is better than the first one. So this morning I woke up, and I kind of got lost. I'd say in the last like few weeks, months, looking at all this, initial coin offering, different cryptocurrency projects, and I found myself losing sight of what this whole thing is about, right? And I guess the person that's really good at expressing that I found is this guy called Andreas Antonopoulos, and you can find him on the internet. Uh, he wrote the first book on Bitcoin. It's a little bit technical. He also wrote The Internet of Money, Volume 1 and 2, and it's mostly like a compilation of his talks, and then transcribed and then made better through editing. So I'm just going through the first volume, and I kind of lost sight of it because when I first got into cryptocurrency, I realized that like this is really about the other half of the planet that's coming onto the internet, and this is really interesting because last few weeks, a few weeks ago, I went to Thailand to work on a project, and what I found was we visited some farmers. They make tea and coffee, and the farmers themselves don't actually really read or write, and the local bank branch is about 30 kilometers away. So for them to do banking, for them to send money to their kids that are going to university, they have to walk 30 kilometers or drive 30 kilometers and then actually send the money. But they do have smartphones. And they have Line, which is WhatsApp but Asian version, and they do communicate with each other through this phone app. But what they do is that they just do the voice thing. So they press the button, record a voice message, and then it got sent out. Anyways, so all of that to say that like this cryptocurrency and decentralization and blockchain, all that kind of stuff, for the last few months, it was about, and I'd say maybe like for the last year or so, 12 months, it was about for people to leverage this as a way of raising capital. But what this is really about is to lift the other half of the world coming onto the internet and give them an opportunity to transact on the internet. I think that's probably the best use case and the killer app for this whole thing. If you can give an online payment method to a bunch of people who didn't have it before, and it's cheap and everybody have access to you, I don't know what else is better than that. So I'm just going through the book and reading about this kind of stuff, and then the next thing is, so I'm putting this blog, together. I'm putting this YouTube channel together, and I'm thinking about what to put, what kind of content to put. So there's a few people that I'm reading on about, and one is Gary Vee. So what he says is that volume first, and then strategy later. And one of the good examples he put is like, okay, fine, if you go to shoot deers, it's better to be able to shoot 80 times, and miss 70 times and hit 10 of them, than only have 4 shots. So I found that very interesting, and so I took a picture of my breakfast, put it on Instagram. So I'm still trying to figure out like what to put in these content, right? Because I don't want to just get pictures of my food and put it on the internet. Like I don't know, like maybe people will watch it, maybe that's a way to draw people in. But I find that if I'm putting a piece of content out, one, I don't really want to waste your time because and two, it's got to add some value to you, right? Otherwise, like, it doesn't make sense. I've been wasting my time, I've been wasting your time, anyways. The other person I started to watch is this guy called Seth Godin. So Seth Godin's been doing marketing for a really long time, and he used to start, if you go on his Wikipedia page, you can read about him. He basically started packaging books as a publisher, and then what he did was, he grew this marketing company, which eventually got bought out by Yahoo. He worked for Yahoo for a while, and then he came out by himself, built a company, which was sold eventually, and now he's, he blogs, he writes blogs every day. Most of his blogs very short, and what I found is that there's not a lot of images in his blogs. It's mostly words. It's very clean, and he has a lot of people reading him. He wrote about 30 books. I guess one of the most important concepts he says is that it's this idea of permission marketing, because we're living in a digital world where, you know, if you go on YouTube, you get ads in your face. If you go on Instagram, you get things that are promoted in your face, and then all these people trying to tell you, like, you know, like it's clickbait, maybe like, you know, how to make $10,000 in a day and that kind of stuff. So the way he present his content is like, okay, here's my content, right? Like here's the goods that you came to look for first, and then as you gain value at the end of it, he's like, okay, if you want, you know, keep receiving this type of content, right? This is what I promise to give you, and if you accept, please sign up, and I will hold the end of my bargain, and no more and no less, right? And one example he said in his blog or video was he wrote this book, and he said, okay, I will give you the first third of the book for free if you give me your email. And then he just took the email. He just took people's email, and he did nothing with them, because he didn't say, you know, that he's gonna take your email and maybe send you spam or you know, send you newsletters, whatever. He just said, I just wanted to email, and he didn't do anything with the email. I thought that was really interesting. So the last point, well, which is the title of this video, you know, how do you cancel a 12-month gym membership in 8 months, after 8 months? So I actually did this before, and so I recently moved, and I don't need to go to that gym anymore. It's a 12-month thing, and long story short, they don't let me cancel it. They're like, you have to show up this, you know, you have to show up 30 days before. Oh, by the way, you're on this 12-month contract. We can't let you go. You still have like 4 months left. I'm like, okay, like this doesn't make any sense. Like, you know, can you bump me back up to like, cause you know, 12 months to give you a special rate. So I'm like, okay, well, give me the normal rate, charge me the normal rate for the last 8 months. I'll pay that, which is still less than the 4 months. They're like, no, you know, you're locked in for this plan. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll figure out one way for myself. So this is what you do, right? So I did this before. So you tell them to put, okay, no, right, okay. First time I did it was, I just basically called out my credit card company, and I told them to stop the payments, like stop paying these guys, because they're charging my card every month. And the credit card company said, well, we can't do that because technically they didn't do anything wrong. So I'm like, okay, can you cancel the card? And like, it didn't click with the guy on the phone because he was really confused. So I'm like, but at the end of the day, I'm like, it's not your fault. I just want to cancel the card. So okay, fine. So I canceled it, and then I just went and applied for a new one. The whole process probably take you like 30 minutes. And I think I found a glitch in the matrix this time, because I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to go through the trouble of canceling the main credit card I use, but I have some other credit cards that, you know, I just, if there's a credit card and it's easy to apply, I guess I'm, you know, bonus at the store or whatever, I'll do it, you know, and it just sits in my drawer. So what I did was I took the credit card, I went to my gym, I said, hey, look, I lost my credit card that you have on file, please switch my membership to this one. So they did that, and then today, you know, I woke up and I called my credit card company. I was like, okay, can you cancel my card? And they're like, why do you want to cancel your card? So I told them the story. You know, I have this gym. I want to cancel the gym, and then they're gonna keep charging my card if I don't cancel it. So long story short, the lady's like, oh, okay, well, they haven't charged your card yet. What I can do is, you know, write that you lost your credit card, and I can send you a new one. So I'm like, great. I didn't have to cancel my credit card. You know, the gym can't charge me anymore. And I guess I have to deal with right now is the gym calling me saying, hey, you know, you haven't paid us yet. And I'll just have to ignore those calls like the last time. And come January, if they have a bonus, I might go back, because I don't think this actually stays on your file, because I did this at the same gym twice. So anyways, don't try this at home. I hope you enjoy the second vlog. Peace.